Hello, this is Nova. Welcome to the Singer Featherweight Tip of the Month. I want to visit with you this month about screwdrivers for your Singer Featherweight sewing machine. To maintain your Singer Featherweight sewing machine properly, you're going to need screwdrivers. Originally, the machine was packed with 2 screwdrivers. This is what the originals look like. These were the appropriate size for every screw that you need to get to on your Singer Featherweight. You want to make sure when you're using a screwdriver that you pick the appropriate size. Many times in my workshops, I see students that will take this small screwdriver and attempt to loosen this screw up here. That's going to cause you problems. It's going to cause some big problems. It'll ruin the screwdriver and it will also foul the screw, and then you're going to have a very hard time removing that screw from that point forward. So you want to make sure that you select the screwdriver that is the appropriate size. You want to pick the size of the blade of the screwdriver that is closest to the size of the screw head, the slot in the screw head that you're working on. Originally, the Singer Featherweight had no Phillips head screws in it. I realize I see machines that come into my repair shop all the time for repair, and someone has substituted a Phillips head screw because they lost a screw or needed a replacement screw and could not find the appropriate screw. I do carry screws that are the appropriate size for just about all screws on the Featherweight. So if you need a screw, please contact me. And I do carry these original screwdrivers in this. But this, especially this little one, this is your bobbin case screwdriver. There are 3 screws on your bobbin case, and then there's the little Gibbs screw. This was the screwdriver that was intended for them. But because of the arthritis in my hands, I find that these 2 screwdrivers are very difficult for me to use. So I have found, and I love these ergonomic screwdrivers. This is the large one. The blade is the same size as on the large original screwdriver. And then this is the small screwdriver, and the blade on it is the same as the original small screwdriver. This ergonomic screwdriver also has the added benefit of this head, the back end of this here rotating, or the screwdriver rotating, so you can hold that head stationary and rotate the screwdriver. That's very, very helpful, especially if you have arthritis in your hands. So these are available through my website. They are what I recommend and what I use all the time. Now let me visit with you about something else. There is an internet myth out there that says that if you use a long screwdriver, you're going to have better luck getting a tough screw, a screw that is hard to loosen to come out. That is a myth. That's somebody that didn't take any physics classes when they should have. That has nothing to do with it. The thing that has to do with it is the correct size blade and using a screwdriver that you can get a good hold on, like this ergonomic screwdriver. That's what's going to make the difference for you, not the length of the screwdriver. That simply doesn't have anything to do with it. There's another place that you may need a screwdriver for your machine, and that is to remove Nova's Sew Straight Guide. I have these Allen wrenches. They're available through my website that fit these screws that I provide with your Sew Straight Guide. They're a hex-headed screw, and this Allen wrench will fit down in that hex head. I never recommend that you use the Allen wrench to put the Sew Straight Guide on. That'll put too much force and it'll cause the Sew Straight Guide to crack. I do know, because of the arthritis in my hands, I need these to get this off. So that is what I recommend, to remove the screws that hold on Nova's Sew Straight Guide. The last screwdriver that I want to visit with you about is an offset screwdriver. I get these out of Europe, and they are a little bit different. You can't just go to your hardware store and buy an offset screwdriver that's going to work on your Singer Featherweight. And the reason for that is because of the thickness of this blade. The blade is too thick from the ones that you just get at your hardware store to fit in these screws here that hold on the needle plate. But this is a very handy tool. It's called an offset screwdriver. It fits down in that slot, and it helps you get those screws off of your needle plate to remove your needle plate. When you're putting your needle plate back on, remember that the positioning finger on the bobbin case carriage must be caught in the notch on the underside of your needle plate in order for your Singer Featherweight to work. I hope you found this helpful, and remember, the critical thing with your screwdriver is you always want to match the size of the blade to the size of the screw head. That's what's critical so that you don't foul the screws or your screwdriver. Happy stitching!